What kind of platform can I build with $1 billion? You're not this big, almighty, godlike figure. You will start to see that the most successful people, they are no different than you. Your belief dictates your action. Your belief dictates your confidence. Your belief dictates the way.
Believe in yourself. Yo, welcome back, guys. You're now listening to the Winners Club podcast, #1 business podcast coming out this year. And today, it's going to be a fun day. We have some good topics that I want to share with you guys. But first, you got your co-host here, PJ Padua, and we got main co-host over here, Brian Tran.
What's up, guys?
Yo, so if you're new listening, we're a business podcast really focused to share you guys our business tips, our knowledge, really ultimately to help you guys become a winner. And Brian, what's our slogan?
Because welcome to the Winner Club.
Yo, you got it, man.
Man, normally when I started off, I got the rhythm. But guys, welcome to the Winners Club podcast, where even when we don't win, we learn, and learning is a form of winning.
Yo, let's go. So I'm gonna start this one off, Brian. I wanna see your views on this topic right here, man. I want to see your views on this. Okay, so what is your views? Do you think that belief comes before the work, or do you think the work comes before the belief in terms of success?
I think you have to have the belief first. And the reason why is that your belief dictates your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Your belief dictates your confidence. Your belief dictates the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you believe that you can accomplish something,
mm-hmm.
you may not know how to do it.
Yeah.
But if you have that burning desire inside, like I can do this.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, because the how isn't so much important as the why and the who.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people can argue, and honestly, I can see both ways working.
Yeah.
But I would say that the path of least resistance is to believe first and then put in the work.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to say that one without the other will lead to failure.
Yeah, 100%.
So you need both.
100%. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing too, because I could see both really working, but I feel like the other way, trying to get the workforce before the belief, could get very discouraging, because you're like obviously very new. So failing and really lying on that failure can really stop you, like, overall.
Yeah.
So I really, really, really do think that's really important to have that belief, right? Build that belief in yourself and believe in your goals, your direction, almost like a little kid, right? Like, I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to figure it out. So what is your thoughts on how do people make this belief in themselves? How do they create this belief? Where does it start, Ryan?
Give me the context.
How does someone starting from ground zero, how do they have this belief in themselves and really to go for bigger dreams, you would say?
Every time that I was stuck,
mm-hmm.
every time I was lost or didn't know the direction to go in, or if I was even worthy of the journey,
mm-hmm.
I went and I got around people who were doing more.
Yeah.
The reason why is because sometimes you have to see to believe.
Yeah.
Right? When you go out into bigger rooms and you go out and you get out of your cocoon,
mm-hmm.
you will start to see that the most successful people, they are no different than you and me.
Yeah.
And when you realize that, then you believe that you can do it too.
Yeah.
Because automatically, for those of you guys, I recall when I had nothing.
mm-hmm.
I grew up in the streets of Oakland. I didn't know a lot of rich people. I only knew what was on TV and then what was on the streets.
Yeah.
And the streets were not good.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to kick that belief because, if I just believed in what I saw and what I was around,
Yeah.
I'd be on the streets of Oakland,
Yeah.
right? So I got out of it through a couple of ways.
Yeah.
Number one, obviously, my era, YouTube was starting to get big,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
right? In my, I made sure to go to a lot of networking events. I made sure to get out of my comfort zone and just get around, people who I thought were rich.
Yeah.
Some were, some weren't. Some faked it, some made it.
Did you ever have to filter your relationships in the beginning?
Yeah, I'll get into that too. So,
Okay.
You have to, going back to just how do you get it, out of it, is that I got around those people. I got to get into their circle a little bit. I got to talk to them, learn about them. And I'm like, dude, you're not this big, almighty, godlike figure.
Yeah.
I can do this too.
Yeah.
And you hear their stories. Ask somebody who's rich or wealthy, what was your story? Most of them, if you talk to enough of them, you're going to hear the struggle. And you're going to realize that that's normal. That's the part of the process. You're going to realize that they too came from nothing. A lot of people I know made a lot of money, came from nothing.
Yeah.
They also grew up in the projects. They grew up in Section 8 and they were able to get out. That should be enough for you to realize that you can do it too.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the first thing. Let's go back to what you were saying, because that's a really interesting topic, and I'm a big believer. You have to create and get into an environment where people are doing what you want to do.
Yeah. 100%.
That will reaffirm your beliefs,
Yeah.
right? You get around killers and sharks and people that are crushing it in business or on the rise, you will be on the rise.
Yeah, for sure.
You hang out with losers and drunks and drug addicts, you are probably going to become one of them.
Yeah, for sure. I could remember a lot of times, talking to some friends and they're like, "Oh, I don't know why my life's so bad, this and that." But after we talk, they go back and they hang out with their thug friends and, go drink and party and, go rob stores or something But it's the truth. You are a product of your environment, right? You are who you hang out with, and filtering out your relationships is really important and crucial, to believing, right? Because once you step out a little bit of what's normal to you, you start to believe more, right? Like, oh, like I do fit in with these people. I can be them. So I think it is really important to filter out those relationships.
Yeah, people are going to be like, "Oh, you changed." Look.
F them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love getting money with friends and family. That doesn't necessarily mean that I do it with every friend and every family.
Yeah.
I don't burn bridges. I just don't spend a lot of time with the people that I just don't mesh well with.
Yeah.
I get them in small dosage, and I'm saying, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
I foster the relationship. You never know when that relationship might, whatever. And if they need help, I'm here to help. I'm here to guide you. They can listen to my podcast. They can listen to the YouTube. And I'm spitting the knowledge so that when they're ready, they can come to me.
Yeah.
But there is nothing worse, and I've made the mistake before that I hung out with people and I thought that I'm like, man, we can, like, we're boys.
Yeah.
Let's grow together.
I could
But
change
They don't
you.
want to grow.
Yeah.
And they just kept pulling you down.
Yeah, man. I've had a lot of those things, It's a good trade because you feel like you're doing the good thing, but I think in the long term, it's a waste of time.
It's pretty easy to find out too.
Yeah.
Ask them, hey, what's the plan, man? Like,
Yeah.
what's your 1, 3, and 5?
Yeah.
They haven't thought about it. Chances are they don't give a damn. They're just being reactive to life. They're just going through life.
Yeah.
I ask people all the time, and it's usually the people that have a very clear and decisive actionable items that they know. Those ones that they always do very well. It's the people that are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you ain't on my level.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Or get offended when you ask that. It's like, yo.
Yeah.
It's like,
I probably pissed off a lot of people in the beginning because I was like that. I didn't have much to show for it, and they're like, "Who do you think you are asking me these questions? Who do you think you're better than me?"
Dude, I was like that too when I started reading books. I was
Yeah.
it was just kind of like what we talked about earlier.
I just want to talk about the books. I want to brainstorm. That's why book
Yeah.
clubs are so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell you like you. They only get offensive because they think that you're trying to school them.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
the best way to learn is to teach and collaborate and talk about it. Like, it's cool when you
Sure.
can sit and actually have a very intellectual conversation with a friend and be like, dude, I read this book. This is how we can save money on our taxes. This is how we can, like, have you thought about this? Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Like in your circle, is anybody doing it in your circle that we can maybe
Yeah.
pick their brains?
Mm-hmm.
See, I love those conversations.
Me too. Like that's
you come at me and you start talking sports, you lost me. I guarantee you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys, all my listeners right now, I don't watch any sports. I may watch the Super Bowl. I might watch a quarter if it's on. I might, drink and I'll socialize, but that doesn't benefit me at all.
Yeah. Talk about cars with him. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, even that, like, that's cool. I mean, like, some people thought that that's what I like, and they go up to me and they'll talk about it. Bro, I can maybe hold a 5-minute conversation about cars. Unless we're flipping cars or you got an idea or how we can make money, I just don't care. Like, I love it enough to where it's like, yeah, I drive these things. I abuse the cars, and I drive, and, we enjoy them for what they are.
For sure.
But, dude.
There's not much growth.
Somebody tried to really talk to me. I'm like, dude, all right, I don't care. Hey, what car are you getting next? I don't know, dude. Like, it's a recession. It's not the time to go buy Rolls Royce.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Uh,
I'm one of those guys. But anyways, guys, so let's go ahead, and I want to talk about more value that we could bring to people into developing this belief in yourself, right? Like you said, back in the day, YouTube wasn't really popping up, and now it's here. It's a massive tool that everybody can use. And for me, I'm the same. I had to witness success from my own eyes. And I saw that, and I was blessed enough to see it at, in my opinion, an early age. But now, like, if you guys are listening out there, you guys are already one step ahead of everybody else, trying to better yourself, listen to the podcast. Go on YouTube and just see other people's lives. Like, window shop other people's lives and be like, oh, I want that. I want this. I want this. You'd be blown away by how many like cool, genuine people out there just crushing it in business or making money and living this lifestyle that you want. And you never knew about it because you never decided to look. So I think taking action and trying to go in the right direction that you want to go, that's going to build a lot of belief in yourself.
Yep. I agree.
Facts. Big facts, man.
You also, I mean, this is the main thing. You get into bigger rooms, you read more books, you watch more YouTube, you listen to more podcasts, because you gotta imagine I like to think of my brain as a car, and what I put into the car dictates how it drives.
Yeah.
Right? If I put 87 crappy in a performance car, it will ping. The motor will drive like crap. Yeah. You have to put 91
premium. Baby.
So what are you putting into your head?
Yeah.
What are you have to teach your subconscious mind, you have to always program it.
Yeah.
Because it's listening.
For sure.
It's always listening. It's that little voice that tells you when things like your subconscious mind is basically that little voice in your head that tells you if you can do it or you can't. If you believe in yourself or you don't. So it's very important.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I like that. Super.
What else? What else can we do? Let me think.
Let me ask you something, man.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. So, young Brian, early over here, starting his real estate journey, trying to be top seller in the SF Bay Area. Did you have the belief that you were going to be one of the biggest players in the game early on before
in the beginning? No.
Before you even closed, you didn't have that.
I kind of did, but then like in the beginning, it's like, again, like I'm going to be honest with you guys. There were some limiting beliefs that I had to get out of my head.
Yeah.
So I didn't just jump into the game and was like, boom,
yeah,
I'm going to be number one.
Yeah.
Now, of course, what I said out loud was I'm going to be number one. What I wrote in the journal was I'm going to be number one. And I did all those things to, again, reprogram the subconscious mind
for sure
to believe, to change that belief. So, like, for those listening, I didn't always believe in myself.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes you jump in and you're like, I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to do it. But at least I was aware. I knew that that's what I was thinking and I had to change it.
Yeah.
And so everything that I'm telling you guys that I did, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah. I think that's really...
And you get coaches too. That's the other thing you can do. You can get coaches.
I think what you did is really, or what you said is really profound, because that's the start of the conversation. That's kind of how I was thinking as well. Because in the beginning, you're kind of in this state of half and half.
Yeah.
Right? You have to believe, but you're kind of leaning on having a win kind of prove you right first. So you're like, okay, like this, I just need a little bit of justification that I'm doing good. So it sounds like in the beginning, like you said, you had your limiting beliefs. Like as a newcomer into business or whatever you're doing, you're gonna have this like teeter totter, right? That's like I have to believe, but I have to like make some wins first, and then as you go, you kind of
like
lean.
imposter syndrome, really.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm telling everybody I'm a top realtor, but I haven't sold that many homes yet.
Yeah.
But like I said in the beginning, you have to just keep reminding yourself, and telling yourself that.
Yeah, I think that's like most interesting part about like the beginning entrepreneurship. It's a real funny game in the beginning, right? You're just like doing these mental games to yourself, but it all pays off, right? Because now look at you. You're over here and you don't sweat at all when it comes to, hey, I want to build $1 billion company in 10 years.
Yeah.
You're not going to sweat. You're like, I know it. The action has to follow.
I don't know how I'm going to do it yet.
Yeah.
But like I said, the how isn't important, but I'm going to do it.
And the limiting beliefs are definitely smaller.
Yeah.
Probably maybe not even present.
It's crazy because I tell myself, I'm going to be a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
But like to give you guys the truth, like I'm still like, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah.
Like there's still that part of me that's like,
sure.
I don't know.
For sure.
But
I think that's great to hear too.
Am I going to lean into it or am I going to like
fold? Yeah,
it's like fold. I'm telling myself I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm going to be a billionaire.
Dude.
It's going to happen.
Hey man, I'm here to document it with you, bro.
Yeah. I don't know when. Not yet.
It's going to happen though.
But it's going to happen.
Not
we get
if.
better every year. We're
not
learning.
If, but when.
Yeah. It's like.
So I want to go in and ask another question. Visualizing is very important. I know early in the days, a lot of people talk about vision boarding and how important it is. And I've seen, amazing things happen with like vision boards amongst like my friends. I'm not going to ask you about vision boarding because I know you've done it. But now to this day, how do you visualize, and if you do, when do you spend time in the day to picture this billionaire life for Brian Tran? How do you go about that? And like, do you have a process for it? Do you even do it, or?
I still I know exactly what I want, and like I'm looking for a new house.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big step up.
Mm-hmm.
We're literally jumping like a couple steps. I've been in the last house for like 4 or 5 years now. 5 years.
Okay.
And so this next jump, it's gonna be a nice house.
Yeah.
The cars, I've already had all that stuff. So it's like I don't put like in my vision now. It's not so much like the material things. It's like because once you have some, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's the freedom, the impact, and those things you can put it on a board, but I kind of already know it.
Yeah.
So it's just in my head.
Okay. Well, let me say how I do it.
Yeah.
Just to chime in. I mean, usually for me, the way when I visualize and it works the best for me, and when I get these good ideas, is I'm either driving to work, or driving somewhere, or just maybe in the gym visualizing then, or when I go sleep at night or something, visualize. Like that's when I do it, and I try to be as specific as I can. I usually try to be very detailed in the feelings and what I see. Like for me, it like to own a team and to drive and provide jobs and create more income for other people, just build people up. Like for me, that's something I vision. I'm like, oh, like just imagine having that conversation with them, this and that, like getting real specific. And that's how I visualize, and it works for me. Do you do any of stuff like that?
Up, yeah. So I mean, like during my meditation phase, I kind of visualize. I daydream. I call it daydreaming. I was like,
oh yeah, me too. Yeah,
I sit there. I'm like, yeah, I want that, and I run it like, what would my life look like?
Yeah.
Like, what's the feeling?
Mm-hmm.
How? And then I would like, I'll even work on the how.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the how wasn't so important because like to get to $1 billion when I haven't been to the 100 million yet.
Yeah.
It's like that's a big step, but
mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, what would it look like?
Yeah.
How much can I give to charity?
Yeah.
How much can I travel? How much can I what kind of life can I provide for my family? What kind of life can I provide for my friends?
Yeah.
For the community?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of platform can I build with $1 billion?
Yeah.
Right. So I think about all that stuff, and it's fun for me. I'm like, oh, dude, and I start smiling. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Same.
All right, let's get back to work.
Yeah. Same. Do you think it's important for someone who's trying to be a successful entrepreneur or successful human being to envision things like that?
I think you should be a dreamer.
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't need it. Like if you're analytical, you probably don't because your brain works in numbers. But it doesn't hurt to dream.
Yeah.
Never hurts to dream. You know?
Definitely. Hey, man. Well, we're getting kind of short on time over here, but I think that was a really good episode. A lot of gems, a lot of tips, and I just want to go back and talk to the audience. Yo, believe in yourself. Put in the work and train yourself to become into this version of yourself that deserves this type of lifestyle, right? If you're going to believe it, you also have to deserve it. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the time and, nurture this, build this. So
you will eat shit.
You will eat shit.
You will.
Thank you for coming in pretty raw, but that's true. You will eat shit.
And that's okay. I just want to share what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if you go into knowing that that's a part of the process, it's not going to stop you.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a bump that you're going to jump over.
Right. Hey, believing in your success, but also believing that you're going to eat shit.
Yeah. Just
that'll probably help too.
And then it's okay.
Yeah. It's definitely okay.
But that's why your belief is going to carry you through.
I love it. Well, guys, thank you for listening.